So the Olympic 10,000 meter silver medalist at the back, and they're well strung out at this pace. 62 through that 400 meters, although they've already completed 600.
And that's already much too slow, Steve. That's 7:45 pace, 62 seconds per lap. I was chatting to Kajelcha, who's in third place behind Stewie McSwain, who's almost making me wonder whether or not he's going to be an unofficial second pacemaker. Stewie there in the purple in second place. But in third place, Kajelcha said he's still got one eye on this track season, but very much on a half marathon he's running in Spain in the middle of October. That's what he fancies. And I said, aren't you getting tired now? He said, yes, but I can't rest until after that half marathon. So some of these fellas are still very up for it, and I suspect he'll want to make this a real good test of his strength here, Kajelcha, even though we know he's a great finisher.
Yeah, I think too at some point they're going to take a bit of a rain check on this and work out what they're doing, because already, even at this pace, which is a little slower than we'd asked for, Kameli's just moving up. I was going to say Kameli and Naragawi at the back looks as though they're struggling to stay with it. Gebriwet right at the back as well. That might be smart though, you know, they might be thinking, okay, they're not going to go super quick here. Anyway, we'll inform you of how that progresses as we move for our first look at the women's high jump.
We do indeed, yes. Gerashenko going here at 1m84. And she should pop over that. Shared the bronze medal in Paris, fourth in Tokyo 3 years back. She's still in very good form as the Ukrainian number 2. Of course, the Olympic champion is her compatriot, Yaroslav Mahuchik.
Men's discus getting going as well. We had the women's discus earlier on. This is Matt Denny, the Australian. What a year for him as well. We just saw a shot of the discus just getting the chalk to try and make sure the grip is good. So early stages in the men's discus, but Matt Denny with an excellent start. Look, that's the 70-meter line. In my head, I'm thinking 65-meter line. Whoa, that's a meeting record straight off. First throw. It's
a meeting record, a personal best, and a national record for Matt Denny. What an opener against the best guys that are out there, including Alekna, the world record holder, who was fouled in the first round.
Wow, well, I said he's having a great year, Olympic bronze medalist, and he's heading, at the moment, early, as I said, but leading in the discus. So leading in the 5,000, these two guys still sticking with the lights just about, but everybody well stretched out behind at this pace. It was 2:34, as asked for, through the first 1,000 meters. So they're heading for 5.8, or that's the target, and if they stick with the lights, they should be on that. I think you're right, Stewie McSwain must be there to help push the pace along. I know he had a, I think he fell, he told me, in Zurich. He pulled out, he didn't start in the 3,000 meters there, and I saw him afterwards, and he said, oh, I fell and I hurt my hip. So obviously that's okay, settle down. But he's here to do a job tonight, looks like.
That was another lap way outside 62. I say way outside 62.17. So, yeah, we're just watching a good competitive Diamond League final 5,000 meters here, Steve. I think we can bet about anything sub 7:40 at least tonight. I'm sure we'll see sub 13 minutes. That's fairly ordinary these days, but as that pacemaker pulls out after 5 laps, it's 5:08 at 2,000 meters. We were really looking for something around 5:04.
Well, except this is what they set. I think what you and I keep saying, they should have been about 5:04 if they want to go as quick as suggested. So Stewie's looking round, seeing who's here. Well, he's still got the same folks for comfort, Kajelcha, Bekele, but Gebriwet has moved up a little bit, and one or two getting tailed off as we have our first sight of Mahuchik, the Olympic champion and new world record holder this year.
We do indeed, yeah. Mahuchik, opening height, 188. Boom, thank you very much. World champion in Budapest last year as well. She's only lost one competition this year. That's when she came second at the World Indoors in Glasgow to Nicola Olislagers of Australia, who is in this competition. Patterson is there as well, another Australian world champion in 22. Gerashenko, the bronze medalist who shared that bronze with Patterson in Paris. Top field in that high jump.
Well, pressure on now, and McSwain having to get them through to 3K, maybe a bit further if he can, and he's trying to hang on to the lights there. We've lost Kwemoy, the Olympic silver medalist. Aragawi just moving up one place at the back, just getting ahead of Jacob Kropp. Gebriwet now in the middle of the pack, but it's been Kejelcha who's looked the one most keen, with Bekele behind him, and McSwain just looking and checking that they're right on him, and they are. But as we keep saying, that's a 61.5. It has picked up slightly, around a 61.7, 61.5. But we see Duplantis, Tim, for the first time.
We do indeed, Steve, yes. And Duplantis, 5 metres 92 for the world record holder. Yeah, lovely. He was asked yesterday at his press conference if he thought he could set a world record here, and a few people were thinking that's kind of a harsh question. A, he's not a machine, and B, we knew it was going to be cold and pretty wet through today, this first of 2 competition days of these Diamond League finals. But 5.92 there. His opener looks very comfortable indeed. I say his opener, he came in at 5.62 and pops over 5.92 as well.
All change in the 5,000. Stewie McSwain had done what he could do, didn't quite get them to 3K. They're approaching that point now, but Kejelcha's picked up the mantle, has picked up the pace a little bit as well. And then Bekele right behind him. Kip Korir, Aragawi's now moved up. Kemboy on the curb, Gebriwet in that group. So those 6 now just pulling away a little bit. And that, again, it's the target they asked for, 7.42 through 3K. But the question is now, what happens in this 4th K? If they get to get anywhere close down under 12.40, and that's a tall order, this K has got to be pretty quick.
Well, it seems, Steve, that they've got to 3K feeling pretty fresh. I mean, Kejelcha there's bouncing along with that head-bobbing style of his, looking very comfortable indeed. He's definitely injected some tempo here. It'll be interesting to see what this lap is. I bet he was down there in the 60 range, because he's flying here and he's beginning to stretch them. And amongst those who are working hard to live with this, Aragawi back in 4th place in the orange, because Kejelcha here has turned the screw very substantially.
Kejelcha leads, Bekele behind him, Gebriwet, these 3 just pulling clear of Aragawi. He's doing his best to try and hang on, but that gap just starting to grow a little bit. Then we've got Kemboy and Kip Korir, the 2 Kenyans together. But at the moment, it's all Ethiopia at the front, and Kejelcha is forging on, as Tim said. He looks good, he looks strong, and looks as though he's heading, or looking behind there, wondering, can I have a bit of help here, because we're setting this up, and if we can run a fast last kilometre, that meeting record is possible. It would have to be a real burn-up over the last couple of laps, so these guys are capable of that. So Bekele says yes, he takes the invitation. Kejelcha asked him to come and help. Gebriwet not so interested in that. A little bit of slowing there while they were having a bit of a chat has meant that Aragawi's got back onto those 3.
Well, I got them going through, Steve, with 4 laps to go in 8:41.5, so they'd have to run 3:58 for the last 4 laps, which is maybe asking too much even of fellas of this calibre. And that pace has certainly slackened. Kejelcha really bombed it for about 600 metres, but it's eased back. There you go, 62.7.
Well, they're watching the lights disappear all of a sudden, and you can see that not only has Aragawi joined, but Kip Korir is now getting close as well. So now all of a sudden there was 3, then 4, now 5, and yeah, the time has gone. I mean, we did think it was never really on in terms of a meeting record, not at the pace they were going. But this 4th K is always the one where you don't want to, Kejelcha was not prepared just to hang out there in front and push it on for everybody else. Aragawi comes on the outside, the 10,000 metre Olympic silver medalist. And will he look to maybe try and move things on? And indeed, it's the Kenyan, Nicholas Kip Korir, who's just reminding them that he's still there as well. And they'll come down this time with 2 laps to go. It's going to be a burn-up between these 5.
Well, it is, and 3 abreast now. Nobody really wants to take it on, but why not lead? There's not a lot of breeze in the arena. I think conditions are actually pretty good for 5,000 metre running, if you don't mind 10 or 11 degrees centigrade. But these fellas are moving well now, and it's almost become a middle distance race, really, Steve. 3 or 4 of them look so fresh at 3,000. This will be fascinating, this next 700.
Well, Kip Korir's done this before. He has won the Diamond League final before. You wouldn't have had him down. He's not been running as well this year. Had a disappointing Olympic Games, but he's forging on with the pace here, trying to set it up, because he knows how quick Kejelcha, Gebriwet can be, although Gebriwet has just dropped off a little bit. So at the front, Aragawi pushing. Bekele follows. Kejelcha comes around the outside. Gebrevet still there. And although he's not as young as he used to be, I hope he won't mind me saying that, he's still got pace in his legs. So they're coming around to take the bell. 5 of them still with a chance, but Aragawi's stretching them.
Well, they hit the bell. Now Aragawi has got a meter lead. He's going to make them work for this one. There's no easy win here tonight. Keeps glancing around himself. He's got that strange style, forward-leaning, flailing with the arms. Bekele, the only one who looks even close to being able to match him is Steve.
Gebrevet's coming, though. Kejelcha's gone. Couldn't change the pace, and that was an early burst from Aragawi. Was it too early? Did he do too much too soon on this last lap? Because Gebrevet was swift to go past Kejelcha. I think he was waiting for Kejelcha to get on terms. He wasn't going to do that, but he very, very quickly closed the gap, and now he's sitting on the shoulder of Aragawi. So these two clear away from Bekele, and Gebrevet now trying to get it going, but Aragawi's left something left. He's given it his all here, and it's going to be enough. He's going to take the win. He'll be the Diamond League champion. 12:43 in the end. Really big last lap, something around 53 seconds, a 1:55 last 800 meters. We said it would be a burn-up over the last couple of laps. Not sure that we would have put Aragawi as the favourite in those conditions, but he did enough. Looked as though Gebrevet might have him coming into the home straight, but he missed the jump. He had to work hard to get back to Aragawi, and that might have just taken the edge off him over the last 100 metres. So well done, Aragawi, beautifully timed. And if you think, Tim, with 3 laps to go, 4 laps to go perhaps, in that 4th kilometre, he was not even in that group of 3. It was when Kejelcha stopped, slowed, asked Bekele to come round. He got Aragawi, got back on the group, and then after that, his confidence grew.
And you know what, Steve? I said sceptically, they need to run 3:58 for the last 4 laps. I think they've just run about 4:01 for the last 3 laps. That is fabulous. And Aragawi there, only 3 athletes have gone quicker than that this year. That was superb finishing from him. It's amazing how much time these fellas can claw back over the last couple of laps when they really put their foot down. I thought that was going to be a 12:48, 12:50 race. 12:43.
Well, what a great race. We're looking forward, we have been looking forward to this Diamond League final over these 2 days, and hoping we get some great clashes, great races. Still plenty at stake for so many athletes. You know, it's a prestigious thing to win the Diamond League final. In most years, it would qualify you in a wild card for a World Championships. Obviously, it's Olympic year this year, and we will next year have a Diamond League final before the next World Champs, which are in Tokyo. A roundabout start, I think roundabout, are we a year away? Is it the 15th? Thereabouts next September. And the Diamond League final next year will be where the winners get a bye to, if they need it, to the World Championships.
That was a really smart race from Aragawi, wasn't it? Because it looked like Gebrevet was all set to ease past him down the home straight, but he had saved enough. Steve, I just looked at their 3K time and then the finishing time. Their last 2,000, about 5:01.5. These fellas, it's unbelievable at this stage of the season too.
I just think, they could have run under 12:40 if they'd just gone, we said just under 7:40. If the pace had been set maybe at 7:39, 7:38, and they maybe didn't have the athletes to make that happen, because even Stuart McSwain didn't get to 3K. Nonetheless, we had a great race in the end. So Aragawi, 12:43.66, the season's best for him, with Gebrevet another good performance in second.
Well, we can go over to the men's discus opening round throw for Christian Che on Slovenia. Matt Denny, remember, banging out that massive opener, 69.96, a national record and personal best for Denny. Che opened with 63.67. There he goes in round 2, 64.94. Puts him in second place.
Well, we've seen plenty of Ben Broders tonight, and why not? He's been right in the mix with everybody. Cleared 5.82 and 72 first time. This was always going to be a bit much. That season's best at 82, though. Could Well, be good enough for third, certainly joint third. So Corrales, last attempt for him at 5.92. Well capable. No. No, so unless Kendricks can go clear here, Corrales will end up in second place. This is to keep going for Hendricks. No, he didn't look likely at 5.92. Shake of the head for him, so will be Corrales on comeback, who will be second, and Broders and Kendricks third.
Ollie Slagers then. First attempt at 192 coming up. She came in at 188, popped over that. Okay, twice the Olympic silver medalist, the Australian. She does have that gold from the World Indoors in Glasgow back in March, and preciously that scalp, that beating of Mahuchik. Slagers there, no trouble at all for the smiling Australian. She is a massive character. My notes say 6'1". I think that's wrong. I think she's more like 6'2", 6'3". She's massive.
I was standing next to her today. She's not 6'1", unless I've shrunk another couple of inches.
Well, you are getting on a bit.
I know that.
But that's nice, and it suggests that there's something quite special coming up in this women's high jump. Pole vault going well too. Here is Mahuchik. First attempt 192. Thank you very much. She too, same as Ollie Slagers, came in 188, popped over that. Perfect card so far. Quite a rivalry building between these two, Steve.
And that's good for any event. You know, the women's high jump has been one of the must-see events of the year, with Mahuchik that night in Paris was incredible. Followed that up with a win in Paris. It was such a tight competition. These two were ahead of the rest, if you like. And there was just a bunch, wasn't there, behind for the bronze. But Mahuchik won again. Now, triple jump on the back straight. This is Filipic. First to go. Wind has been pretty much zero most of the evening. Sorry if we keep saying how chilly it is, but it is. Perfect on the board there. The Slovenian. 14.04, round one. That will be the early lead as Ben Broders gets some signature work done.
He does indeed, yes. Just Duplantis left in it now. The youngsters loving this. Broders with the opportunity now. The Borlée family having pretty much dipped out of the scene to have the limelight in Belgian athletics. Duplantis just 2 vaults so far, 5.62 and then 5.92. He's had the bar put up to 6 meters 11 as Duplantis taking his time. He's entitled to do that now. That would be an improvement on his own meeting record from last year. The 6.10 it was last year.
There's all sorts of rumours flying around, as they do, and you know, around Duplantis, around what he was going to attempt tonight. This is quite early for the competition to be over, because we know the pole vault was meant to be scheduled with him for the evening, going for a world record. And there's been all sorts of rumours about how high he might want to do that. So this 6.11 could just be a sighting, if you like, and then we'll see what he's really going to go for, because the competition is won. 6.11 for him, we hope, will be something achievable. I think the question will be then, what next? Let's hope there is a what next.
His world record is 6.26, but apparently he does 6.30 in training on a fairly regular basis. So that being the case, he knows more than we know about how he feels tonight and what he thinks could come up here. 6.11 then is for an improvement on the meeting record.
Exactly, his own, yeah.
His own meeting record from last year, as I said. Crowd loving it, lapping it up. Yeah, but beautiful. Didn't waste too much there either. There wasn't a lot of daylight between him and the bar. But he's into territory already that there's other 6 fellas behind him in the contest tonight can only ever dream of. And yet for him it's standard stuff.
So what now?
Go on, take a wild guess.
I don't. You know, there was people saying exactly what you said, over 6.30, and You and I are now going to watch this computer, because that's the first indication we will get.
He'll want to do a book code, won't he? It's got to be a centimetre.
Well, that's what everybody thinks. You do 1 centimetre at a time, because that's what he has been doing. Rumours, Tim. Rumours.
No, but look, if he goes for 6:27 tonight, gets it, world record. Then he's saving the 6:28.29 for another time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Stands to reason.
No, we'll let you know as soon as we know. But that's not it, I'm pretty sure, for the evening. I'm sure he's going to go higher.
The athlete's ready and stripped off on the track for the next event. It's the 100 metres. There is Patricia van der Weken, semi-finalist of the Olympic Games, the Luxembourg athlete. 10 times Luxembourg champion, over 60 metres alone. She's run 11 seconds exactly. That was in Rome back in early June. I wonder if she can get under 11 tonight. Bas Bitaille there, 3 times winner of the All-Africa Games in 2. Tamari Davis, 4th in the Olympic trials for the USA. Didn't run in Paris, even in the relay. Dina Asher-Smith goes in 4. European champion, of course, in Rome. 4th in the Paris 200. Came away from the Olympics frustrated, did Dina. Julian Alfred, the Olympic champion for St. Lucia, goes in 5. What a season she's had. Took a silver in the 200. This is the great matchup. Sha'Carri Richardson, the reigning world champion, up against the Olympic champion. Richardson in 6, Alfred in 5. Marie-Josée Tallou, super consistent, prolific racer, the Côte d'Ivoire athlete. Came 8th in Paris. Daryl Nater, who has reached a new level this year, all smiles. 4th in the Olympic 100, 5th in 200. She had a fabulous time in Paris and of course came away with a relay silver. And Rani Rosios of Belgium there, massive roar for the 24-year-old whose best is 11:10. So Dina Asher-Smith has been super quick out of the blocks in the last 2 or 3 races, but has been run down. She won in Lausanne though, looked superb there. Can she go well here tonight against the Olympic champion Julian Alfred in 5? Sha'Carri Richardson, the reigning world champion, in 6. End of season bragging rights up for grabs here. The Vacant in 1. Bas Bitaille of Gambia goes in 2. Tamari Davis of the USA in 3. Asher-Smith goes in 4. Watch her start, 4th from the far side. She's been in great form, 3rd in Zurich. Julian Alfred, the Olympic champion, 5. Sha'Carri Richardson, 6, the world champion. Tallou Smith, Nater and Rosius. Away first time. Really solid start from Asher-Smith, but so was Alfred. And Alfred giving it all here and using that power. Coming back is Tallou Smith, but look at the run there from Dina Asher-Smith to get close to Julian Alfred. Wow. And where was Sha'Carri Richardson? Not up for it tonight. The Budapest champion, the Olympic silver medalist, Dina Asher-Smith. Well, kind of ironically, Steve, seems to be finding her form getting better and better right at the end of this season. She has said, of course, she's into a new coaching setup, the first year of that new coaching setup, and things are bedding in. But that's a great run from Dina. 10.88 for Julian Alfred, 10.92 for Asher-Smith. And the rest of them just outside 11 seconds. Daryl Nater in 4th place behind Tallou Smith.
But yes, that new coaching setup includes Julian Alfred, of course. They're in the same group, and I don't know how much they work together, but they were close together tonight. And Dina Asher-Smith continuing, as you said, what's been a great end to the season. She's always a good starter. Alfred actually got a very good start today, which then sets her up nicely. But the good thing for Dina Asher-Smith is she's now keeping it going. You know, that's not the Dina Asher-Smith that we were seeing on a few occasions over the last couple of years, where she would fade in the last 10, 15, 20 meters. But this is really good running. And Alfred, the Olympic champion, given a real test there, not by Richardson, but by Dina Asher-Smith. Richardson didn't get a great start, and then she didn't look like she was too interested in coming back from that. But it's a chilly night, end of the season, and, you know, it's been a long, long season for many, many people. So maybe forgive him for that. 11:23 Richardson. But yes, you'll some of these athletes, Tim, you get to this point and some athletes don't want the season to end. They're kind of, oh, we was another 3-4 races, and Alfred will probably be pleased to get home and get this one done, Olympic champion. But Regina Asher-Smith sets it up nicely for the pair of them for next year,
doesn't it? Just there it is. Alfred, the Olympic champion, 10.88. Asher-Smith, 10.90. Talu Smith, good form, 11.05 in third place. With Richardson losing interest, they're easing off well before the line. The world champion down in 8th place.
Okay, I think he's going home. Is he?